wish I knew. What's up? What's up? This is Uncle Reg back at you live. Today we're gonna talk about basically one thing. Karmelo Anthony trial. Yeah, folks, I'm kind of having some sort of problems. I don't know. Trying to get on and I'm looking like I'm kind of like moving slow or something. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I ain't got too many windows open up. I don't know what's up. But anyway, let me get my DJ horn out here. Yeah, my Ustream was acting up, so like, yeah, man, it was crazy. So I have to kept on saying when I go to to try to do the dual thing, the vertical and the landscape, it don't work. One worked, the other one don't, and all kind of bullshit. This is weird shit. But every time you dealing with these technology, there's always gonna be something that's gonna be off. Always gonna be something that's off. Yeah, I know I'm breaking up a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. Maybe it'll sort itself out later. I don't know. We have to see. Yeah, that's what I'm tripping. I'm tripping on that. Yeah, I might have to reset everything, but I don't want to try to come back on and do that. What's up, Choco Key? What's up? What's up? What's up? It ain't work. Y'all hit the poll. Hit the poll. Is Anthony gonna get a appeal? Anthony gonna get an appeal or not? I wanna know. Yeah. But everybody's talking about this. I just did some pre-recorded videos, but yesterday everybody was on talking about this. So I said, let me go on today. I always do something like this. I always wait. I want to get everything I need to get, what I need to say. I don't want to, go ahead and say it. Maybe it's something that someone missed or something like that. Please already subscribe. Yeah, subscribe to the channel. Hit the Cash App. I got the Super Chat working now. I got partly monetized, so I got the Super Chat. You can become a member too, so hit that. Reds can use the beer money. A long time since I really got some real money out of here, But yeah, hit that, so you can get a little money or something like that. Help your uncle out and shit. Yeah, we're going through it over here. Everybody's going through it, Support people you like. That's all I can say. So hit the, Super Chat. You do cash, you can do Cash App. It doesn't matter, but hit it. Support. You give me a like too. Give me a like. Like doesn't hurt. Let's see. So we gotta get into this, man. Yeah, y'all can hang with the breakup. What was the poll is that? Okay, no, 40% won't get an appeal. Y'all saying he won't get an appeal. Damn. They say this nigga ain't gonna get no goddamn appeal. They said maybe 40%, 20% yes. Jeez. That's cold, man. That's cold. A lot of people think that this is what he gets. From the comments I got, when I put my videos out, man, I'm like, wow, now I can't blame him on some point because he did stab the guy. But give him 35 years for that? No, I think that it was miscarriage of justice because of the fact that this was actually a manslaughter charge, not no murder charge. They wanted to get him. It might be, most likely there's probably some race involved in it, even though they say it's not on the jury you had, and all that. You did have some non-whites on there, but usually you get Indians or something like that. They might hate the black person more than the white person. It's crazy, it's the way it is, man. It is what it is, where's my thunder at? So before we start, man, let's go ahead and before we start, let's go ahead and talk about Game 4. Game 4 is tonight. What happened? Game 3, Trump was there. Game 3 of the finals, they lost, and everybody knew they was going to lose. Trump, that was bad deal. Everybody was saying, don't go to the game. You're going to ruin the groove they got, the momentum we got. Now we hope that Game 4, he's not going to be there because Trump is busy now because Iran is attacking the U.S. Iran is attacking Israel attacking Iran. Israel attacking the Gulf states because of Iran and U.S. attacking them. So he's busy. He's not going to be going to the game, which is good. And I hope that the Knicks get him in 6. Get him in 6, eat a dick. That's what they be saying. I guess Star over there be saying that. Get him in 6. Come on. Stop messing around. So, and then another thing, the market is doing bad because of inflation. Inflation report came out. It was 4% for the first time in 3 years. Oil prices jumped. So this is kind of bad. Come on, man. What really? The market? Stock market went down 900 points. That's bad. S&P, the Dow 900 points. S&P is 119. The Nasdaq 5. Bad. Bitcoin barely holding at 60,000. I'm sure it's gonna drop down, but it's pretty bad out there since they started attacking. We back in the war, whether he want to claim it or not. He really can't claim it because he got to go to Congress now, and the Congress is waiting for him to say so, but he's not gonna do it. That's why he's doing this back and forth stuff, so it looks like he just protecting, defending. He only can do to defend. He can't go into the offensive. Now he did, said that he had to take some revenge off of the Apache helicopter that got hit by a Iranian missile or whatever, a drone. So I don't know, man. This is bad, but oil is up, inflation is up. That's bad. Remember he was saying inflation was gonna be down and stuff, and he's that third. He's the best president in the world. I got inflation all the way down by oil. Well, shit. It looks like you are doing worse than Biden. And it's hard to believe. I'm really thinking that even if Kamala was in office, if she was president, she'd probably do better than him. Jeez, we probably wouldn't be in no war. But god damn. This is bad here, man. Real bad. And I told you we only got 2-3 weeks before our oil reserves run the fuck out. People don't know that either. U.S. oil reserves are way down. They usually be at like 230 million barrels. Now it's down to 22.9 million. and we pull, we use about what, 1.1 million a day. So you do the math and stuff. Do the math. So 2-3 weeks we out. Probably 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks we out. So I don't know. I mean, it's gonna go up. Everything's gonna go up. Y'all guys, everybody gonna be paying $7. I guarantee you by July, mid-July, everybody will be paying at least in this country about $5 or $6. The average is like $4 or something now. Between $4.10, $4.50. They're gonna be paying $5 or $6 the average, and we over here gonna be paying goddamn $8-9 for gas here, $10 probably. By mid-July, if this war keeps going on, it don't look like there's no end. And all that shit that Trump be talking about, we got to deal within a day. We got to deal with it. And people going to stop. They stop and believing that stuff. Even the markets can't take it. Even the markets can't take it. Oh yeah, Cuba. Cuba's out of gas. Virtually out of oil and gas. They're completely out. They're kind of relying on solar power, but everybody over there don't have solar power. It's just fucked up over there because of Trump putting this embargo on them. Lift the embargo. What can you do? What can Cuba do to you? Nothing. What can Cuba do to you? Nothing. Absolutely nothing at this point. You got bigger fish to fry. You might want to make a deal with them. These would have been with life of people. I'm telling you, people is mad. People think he should have got more than 35 years. But we're gonna talk about it right now. This is the talk of the town. Karmelo Anthony gets 35 years. And he can get, parole. He's up for parole in 17 years. So he got to do 17 straight up. Now, this is state. This ain't federal. So he can get time off. So he might not, even if he do the whole 30, he's not going to do the whole 35. It'll be time served, good behavior and all that, and get in a program and over that. But still, he's going to be a 40-year-old man when he get out. If he makes it in there, because right now they're saying that they got him under protective custody because of the situation of his case. Rightfully so, because you can't put him in the main population with. Oh man, he get dealt with, man. 20 years. 17 years. Let's see who's in the house. Okay, we got this. See, I ain't one free Cuba. Okay. Right, basically, you do the crime, do the time. That's right. Oh, you should have been without life of parole or death chamber. Young man needs strong, severe fathers to help them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I agree. I don't know where his father is, but they say that he's in a Section 8 type of situation, single mother, and his mother is on some bullshit. And not only that, they got money from GoFundMe for his case. This is years ago. Remember, he's 20 now. It should have only 17. So all that time, they could have had a good lawyer, got a good lawyer, but they used the money. They saying they used the money and shit. Family, I don't know. This is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing all kind of stuff now. But no, there's no father. I don't know if there's no father. I think the coach was the father, but the coach only can coach so much and be father figure to so many young kids. Shit, I mean, it's just sometimes, they just see the coach, person they could talk to or whatever the case may be. If that's the case, they need a father. But if he had a father, I think this would never happen. If he had a stern father, a father that told him that you fight, you don't pull out no knife. We're gonna talk about the knife situation. We'll talk about the knife situation. Let's see. Oh, that's why I pressed the button. Sorry about that. I pressed the button on the Yeti. I thought something was wrong. I said, what the hell's going on? Sorry about that. Where did I miss off at? Hope it wasn't too long. Okay. No, like I was saying and stuff. Yeah, these pro blacks, they can't make no money. They can't make money off of this because now it's the other side. The white person is the victim now, not the black person. It's always the black person. Now you got black person killing this white person. It's a kind of different dynamic. And then I'm hearing a lot of white people saying, "Oh, black people is racist." When did that start? That's what I want to know. When did that start? Racist. For 400 years of slavery and stuff, white people been. I don't understand that. And all of a sudden now we're racist because now you don't have the white privilege you had before. Things is different. You got all your minorities here now. You're not first in line no more. And your numbers are dwindling down. So now you saying that was racist. Oh, after all the years he's been trying to hold black people back and racist towards black people, that was all right. I guess he wasn't racist then. Black people wasn't racist when you had the upper hand. And that shit don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense to me. I don't know. And then you got these coons out here, which is hilarious. They defending white people position on this. This is crazy. I think white people got enough sense, enough intelligence to defend themselves. Why do your black ass, a coon, Donovan Sharp, one of them, out here, he's trying to interview black folks about this Karmelo Anthony situation. And he had Jay Prince on this, and he was, calling Jay Prince a racist and this and that and third, and saying, you a coon playing the monkey soundbite that's like Myron Gaines. And I think that Donovan Sharp is doing a grift. Because his red pill content shit is dead, burnt out. Can't make no money off that. So now he go ahead and trying to do the Myron and Charlie Kirk thing. Trying to defend white people position. I could say what I want to say and put on these monkey noises and stuff like that, like him. And then interviewing these black people that go on this show out there. These black people that go on this show should be stupid. They should be shot. Why go on this fool? He can't get back to the black community. Donovan Sharp is finished with the black community. Been finished. So what he's doing the same thing. What Tommy doing, what they call it, have black people on the show, that it goes against him. They call him a coon. So he can get content. Try to pull in the white folks back into his shit. That's all he's doing. The grip to pull in white folks back in. But this dude, Donovan Sharp, look ridiculous. We got that hoodie over his head, like he's some tough guy and stuff, and arm tattoos. Just because he got a whole bunch of tattoos don't make you tough. Now you say he been in prison and all this stuff, and then still you talking like some white guy, some surfer white guy most of the time, which is crazy. You from Detroit? He's from Detroit or somewhere. He's from Detroit, somewhere like that, somewhere from around there. Married to a white woman. This fool checked out a long time ago. Now he's trying to make money off the same people he checked out on. He said, Myron can do it, I can do it. It's a grift for him. It's a grift. Y'all don't go on this show. Don't go on this show if you sitting there talking about Karmelo Anthony, because he's trying to do the same thing Myron do, Tommy do, get you over there to get content. To build back up his white following that he lost. Cause that red pill shit that he got in that bullshit with the Black Manosphere leader, Anthony Johnson, and that hurt his channel. And then he got exposed because his woman and stuff. He was saying the woman was bad and stuff when she was a single mother. So everything he was doing kind of backfired on him. He made him look like a hypocrite. But anyway, yeah, but he's going in, man. Like these white people need your help to defend themselves. No, they had Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk told them you don't need no coons and anybody out to defend your position. You can talk to your shit by yourself. Now it's gonna cost you, of course. It's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you. Jason Whitlock, ABL, yep. But ABL, surprised me because ABL said in the video that he said this was a manslaughter charge. Yeah, he did a short saying that this is a miscarriage of justice. Yeah, I was surprised with ABL, but the rest of them, man, they just cooning out, man. They taking this opportunity to get fresh content, try to get their numbers up, getting good graces with these white folks out here that told them to kick rocks. They still ain't gonna love you. They told you in your face, told Myron in the face many times, we don't need you. Fuck you. Told him, get on back over there, saying, nigga, you ain't want to. Thank you for helping us out, but your service is no longer required. Same thing with Jonathan Sharp. Same with Tommy too. All of them. Officer Tatum and all of them, and all of them. Yeah. And Jay Prince, man, he's hey, Jay Prince don't care. He ain't on them guys' show, man. Tommy Sharp, we don't care. Maybe he don't care. At least he's staying true to the game. He's just saying fuck you. That's why they got on the World Star Hip Hop. Oh. Yeah, but Donovan Sharp, man, pissed me off, man. That dude is doing a straight grift, man. He's trying to get his numbers up. Because he can't do no red pill, black manosphere, white manosphere content is gone. That's dead. He can't make no more money off that shit. So he figured, let me just do the same thing Myron doing. Insult black people. Play the monkey noises and all that. And the coon, all the Akbar sound. I think they got that shit from Obsidian. Obsidian used to play that all the Akbar thing. And then Myron started playing it, and now started playing it. Dennis Sperling, not Dennis Sperling, goddamn. Donovan Sharp, excuse me. But Jason Whitlock too, man. Jason Whitlock is something, man. I don't know. I mean, he just, I don't know. I mean, that fool was just. Now the question is that I'm gonna go to. Or was another one, Willie D and Dennis Sperling. They had a conversation about this. It's on there, and it was all right. It was all right. It seemed like it was okay. Now Willie D was taking the position of the Karmelo Anthony as self-defense. should play it. Let me play it. Hopefully he don't hit me up on this one. Yeah. It's not that long. We gotta play it. And then Dennis Burton was taking the other position. Hold on. Hold on, folks. Hold on, folks. Alright, I'm back. Okay, let me see if I can find this. I hope we didn't take it down. Okay. This motherfucker took it down. Well, let me see if I can play this. This nigga took it down.
You don't just find your way here.
Okay, let me go ahead and play it. Oh, I got it. I think he cut it in half or whatever. I suspect Karmelo Anthony is for the product of black voting rights. Okay, let me get this going so you can see it. All right. Okay, let me go through these real quick. Unfortunately, YouTube will do it. Yeah, they'll do anything more, and that's what him doing. A lot of them, like Myron, Donovan Sharp, Tommy, others, Chaotic Truth, a lot of them. They're gonna use this opportunity to make money. That's basically what it is. It's just, come on, man. We know what it is. It's a grift. It's a grift. This dude, he can't do that. They trying to get back in the white people's favor because of Charlie Kirk coming out. Because of Charlie Kirk effect, a lot of white people saying, we don't need you no more. We don't need these coons to defend us, to be our mouthpiece out here. Straight up. We can do it ourselves. We just use you. Even Candace Owens coming out saying that she got used by the MAGA. Got used by MAGA. Got used by the far left to promote white supremacy. You didn't know that when you signed up on a dotted line that you was gonna be used by those folks, Candace? Crazy. But anyway, let's go ahead and play this. Let's go play this.
If I send my son to a track meet on a Saturday morning here in Texas, I don't expect him to come home in a body bag. On the flip side, if I send my son to a track meet, I don't expect to get a call from the jail a couple hours after he leave home telling me he done caught a murder charge. So we have to all agree that this is extraordinary. And I don't mean that in a good sense. I mean, this is unheard of. This is not normal. Mm-hmm. You see, and now we have to sit back and try to figure out, well, what happened? Okay, and when I go back to the facts of the case, Auston didn't have a gun. Auston didn't have a knife. Karmelo wasn't being stomped out. He wasn't being beaten unconscious. Okay.
Yeah. Now, that's the only thing that people are coming up and saying, now, what if they start to beat on him to the point where he was going to, become unconscious or been beat to death? He was afraid of that because that happened to one of his friends or something, or some person he know in that city. He said, fuck that, I'm going to have me a knife on me. I'm going to stick him. And then some people saying that, he wanted to be like the YNs, wanted a body under him. This is what I'm hearing too. Now, as Dragon said, I suspect verdict is a product of black voting rights being targeted. Oh, it's one stage in the long-term future plan. It could be. I don't know. It's interesting. We have to see on that. But anyway, let's go.
Okay, this was a teenage confrontation under a tent. This is a schoolyard fight, and somebody popped up dead. You see, and see, I'm from a different generation, man. You run up on me, you gonna put hands on me. I'm gonna put hands on you. But I know well enough to know that even in some of the worst situations I've been in growing up in LA, man, if I'm in the circle, I'm in the circle. I'm gonna get my respect. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, I'm a grown man now and I have responsibilities, but I'm not gonna pull out a blade or a pistol just because I'm getting whooped on or because I'm scared. I'm gonna come from the shoulders. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to protect myself, and I'm gonna get my respect. And God willing, I'm gonna make them realize don't ever mess with that dude again. But under no circumstances I'm not gonna pull out a knife and stab somebody, man.
Yeah.
And see, here's the problem, Willie D.
And that's the only reason why he was. Remember, Karmelo Anthony was gonna get time anyway because the fact that when he stabbed him, he died. Now, if he stabbed him and didn't, then he would have probably got off with what attempted murder or whatever it said. Probably attempted murder or whatever, murder, which that don't carry as much time, or attempted manslaughter or whatever. It'd have been okay if he lived. If he stuck him and it didn't hit nothing vital. Apparently, when he stuck him, it hit something vital, and then he was running after Karmelo. So that mean his adrenaline going. That mean more blood was pumping out of that wound. And before you know it, he just fell out. That was it. He bled out. He hit the vital nerve, vital artery or whatever, or punched his lung, and then that was it. But anyway, let's continue.
I'm a lawyer, but I'm also a father. You see, and I understand there's a racial dynamic associated with this. I get that part, because see, if the situation was reversed, see, Willie D, if it was a 210-pound black boy,
we wouldn't be here.
I mean, we might have been here, but it wouldn't be this controversial. I'm with you on that.
If the situation was reversed, we wouldn't even be here, because the first thing would have happened, they would have said, well, how did it start? What happened? Who started it? Oh, so you're trying to tell me if the 200-pound black boy had not approached the 150-pound white boy, that this would...
So Willie D, of course, he's Democratic. He's a Democrat shield, basically. No disrespect to him, he's a Democrat shield, but he gonna go with the same narrative. It was a black person trying to rough up the white guy, and the white guy came in and pulled a knife out, stabbed him. He was afraid of his life and stuff. They would have got, white guy would have got off. That's it. It wouldn't have ever went to trial or some shit like that. Some shit like that's what they saying. The same old bullshit. Like y'all want that shit to happen. Don't y'all get tired of that shit happening too? I think we need to change all this shit. But anyway, it said Auston grab and push assault. Karmelo was defending himself in accordance with Texas law. Yeah, but the jury didn't see that. Apparently, the jury didn't see that and stuff. And I think it's because of because jury maybe was already had in their mind that he was guilty or something like that, of effect, or maybe they didn't know the law. Didn't know all the ins and out of the law. It wasn't explained to them. Which is bad. You should have got manslaughter. That's it. You should have been there manslaughter, not murder. That's what a lot of people say, that the jury was racist. They rigged it. This is the discussion we're having now. This is the discussion we're having. Some people say no, it wasn't racist. Anyway, let's continue.
It never happened. He wouldn't be dead. So keep your hands to yourself. I'm in these comments all the time. I'm online all day, every day. And that's all I see when it comes to bullying and people putting their hands on people. Even when women put their hands on men, people collectively say, well, she shouldn't have hit him. She hit him first. And it don't matter what he did to her after that. They say, well, she hit him first. What do you think? What do you think was the most compelling argument for, or the effective argument for the defense that created some reasonable doubt?
I think the fact that he was sitting there minding his business the whole time, that they were able to prove that Auston Metcalf put hands on him first, that he was invited there by the friend who, denounced him as a friend. And that's another thing, and I don't want to get off on a tangent. Yeah. It seems to me, and I know they had 21 witnesses, I get that, or 20 witnesses, but it seems to me like people are trying to distance themselves from Karmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
And the reason that they're trying to do that is because in that community, they all have to live there. Okay? Mm-hmm. The judges got to live there. The jury's got to live there. They got to go back.
So this is a small community, and a small community know that if you don't side with Austin, we're gonna make it hell for you down here and stuff. That's bad when you're dealing with a small community. Shit like that happens. It's down the south and stuff like that. That's the only unfortunate thing down there. Especially if they control stuff. You can say white people control stuff down there. It's just gonna have problems. You're gonna have some problems like that. Karmelo was not giving a jury of his peers. The verdict was wrong. It wasn't. Well, a jury of peers. I don't know where they pull these jurors from. They might pull them from somewhere else. But we'll find out about the jury eventually, soon enough. Anyway.
Back into that very same community, and they don't want to be the jurors who acquitted this young man. And I'm only saying what I'm saying. Okay, people don't leave their biases at the courthouse door when they walk in. They still have their strongly held beliefs, which includes their religion, their race, their perspective on life. And that's why I go back to the fact that had the roles been reversed, right? And you had a little white boy sitting there minding his business, and some big black kid came and put hands on him, and they would say, well, where was he supposed to go? Out in the rainstorm? They would be, people be making excuses for him. All right? They'll be telling, what did that boy say, the black kid?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I didn't know that it was raining until, maybe a couple of days ago. I didn't know that whole situation took place when it was raining. Really raining. He was sitting there to get away from the rain and stuff. I told him to leave and stuff, this and that, third, and stuff like that. That's crazy. And then we know that Metcalf and his brother was known bullies at the school and stuff and got suspended. That's another thing. Like I said, man, this shit shouldn't have got probably what? Manslaughter, and she would have got about 2-3 years. Give that motherfucker 10 years of probation or some shit. But just 35 years, nah, man. I think they gave the wrong sentence. Because most likely, I think racism was maybe most likely was involved in this decision. Which is crazy. And then the judge, they got pictures of the judge and Metcalf family and stuff. So, this, like I said, this is a tight-knit community. So, it was like, what the fuck was that? If that's true. I saw the pictures, but I don't know. It could be AI or something, because right now, we're in the AI age where, they put a picture out there. It could be shit AI. We don't know. But that's crazy. Y'all eating together. The judge, Metcalf, and they all happy eating. This is crazy. Anyway, let's go.
The guy up in Tennessee, they just saying he's imping out. You see what I'm saying? That's what they would have said. They would have made every excuse why this black boy deserved it. I get that, okay? But that's not the scenario that we have here. You don't get the benefit of the doubt if you're a black person in America, and that has a lot to do with the racial caste system, and we can go into 400 or 500 years of history and science and religion and how it's been used to castigate black people in our image. I get that, okay? But in this particular situation, man, and that goes to a larger thing that black people are often vilified for defending themselves. And I'm gonna say that, but that's just true. But the bottom line in this particular case, when we just sterilize this and we look at the law, when we just look at the law, where was the deadly force justified in this altercation?
If you were sitting on that jury, what would be the single biggest question you still want answered before reaching a verdict?
If I was sitting on the jury, I'm going to read the jury charges. I want to know, because if you don't tell me, well, what I really.
Okay, they said, okay, this guy said candy, but no, I don't, look, man, I don't know what the fuck, what that's supposed to be. I'm dense. Let me put this one time out. I don't know, you gotta tell me what that means. If this is some black remark or some shit like that, I get up out of here. I don't know. It ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. Just turn this fool out. Okay, another version said that Karmelo, yeah, that's what I heard too. He was invited there. So if he was invited there, why would all he got to do is say, hey man, I'm invited here, man. Da, 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 da. I'm just saying, this is wild, man. Anyway, let's continue. Wait a minute, hold on first before I let me let's go.
Really want to know is the difference between manslaughter and murder, because I'm gonna be hurt putting this boy in jail for 20 years, and if there's any way I can, manslaughter, is that available? But then when I look at the actual charge, I'm gonna say, well, where was the need for deadly force? And so you slide right back into murder.
Did either side make a mistake in your opinion that could have swayed the jury?
The Hatch Dragon said Karmelo invited was a setup. Could have been. I mean, that mean this thing was a setup. That means this was thought out. But they wasn't expecting Karmelo to stab him up. Plan failed. I don't know. Anything is possible. Anyway, let's go.
One way or the other. Did they make a mistake, a key mistake, something that was glaring?
I don't want to. Well, yeah, I would say the all-white jury, when the prosecutors struck the last 3 black school teachers on peremptory exceptions on the grounds that they were educators and they didn't want them involved, because what that does is it allows for an appeal of the conviction. And that doesn't mean that Karmelo Anthony won't get convicted. What it means is there's grounds for a new trial. That's what that means. But the Batson, it was too obvious. You have 3 jurors left and you strike all 3 for peremptory charge. That lets me know that you didn't want them there, even though you said it was for non-racial reasons.
No, this trial was racial because they made sure. So he's saying that I guess the juror and the alternates, it was all hand-picked. So it would go down just like it went down. We know it was not an all-white jury. We said that many times. You have a couple of them that was they non-black, but there was no black jurors on there. That's basically what people are saying. No black jurors, but there were jurors of color there. Jurors of color that they could depend on to vote their weight. That's the problem.
You saying it's because they were educators and they might know something that, you know, that a normal member of the community wouldn't know. But it looks to me like it was a black issue. And so because of that, I would say that opens up grounds for appeal. And the defense preserved that right on the record. That's what I see. That was the glaring mistake on the prosecutor's part. In
all of your years in being a lawyer, have you, and watching your daddy try cases, have you ever seen a white person be judged by an all-black jury?
No, I haven't, man. That doesn't mean it's not happening.
I'm just saying, like, I just believe that.
Let me Google. Hold on. Let me get off of here real quick. Let me Google that real quick. Let me Google that. Let me. Okay, have. Let's see, being. Let's see. Okay, yes. White people have been judged by all black jury before. So Willie D is wrong. That's that Democratic shield. Because jury selection is based on random pool to register. Okay, white defendant can be, okay, committed crime, black neighborhood district, United States. And they say that when was on, okay, all black. Has it always been? Yes, it was all black jury. Okay, they said here, Baston versus Kentucky. Prosecutor attorney cannot strike on the jury panel based on solely their race. Okay, has it been all black juries? So. Willie D, that was wrong. Maybe they should have said that maybe 90% of the time white people never been judged by all black jury. Maybe that would have went better, or maybe 80%. I'm just saying, I just had to look it up and see. The potential to be black jurors. Or they couldn't. They said that the judge case was impartial, so they would. Yeah, I kind of figure. Okay, yes, I can agree with that. It was impartial. I can agree with that. So I can agree with that. Okay, let's go.
You know, if you look at history, if you look at history, throughout history, all white jurors have proven themselves mostly to be incapable of giving a black person a fair shot. You know, almost 100% of the time, they're going to.
Now, I don't want to Google that because I think Willie D is wrong on that too. So I'm not going to even go there. Remember, he's a Democratic shield. You know, he wanted Kamala to win and shit. So, hey. Oh no. But anyway, let's go.
Ride for the white person, whether that white person is a victim or a defendant. They're going to. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to push back. I'm gonna go ahead and finish. I'm gonna push back on you. Go ahead. I'm gonna push back.
Okay.
My dad and I had a case in Dallas, and it was an all-white jury. And our client, and I don't like criminal cases. Let me just tell y'all, everybody do not call me if you've been involved in a criminal matter. I don't like them. I have a disdain for them, largely because I watched my dad go in and out of court for years, and I just don't like the cases. I don't want to deal with it. And I just don't like dealing with the criminal justice system, whether it's the defendant or the prosecutor, because I already know if I'm a prosecutor, I'm gonna try to put everybody in prison. And if I'm a defendant,
that's right, Adina, that's right. So he's gonna come with a certain type of position. You gotta stick with it. There's a lot of them on here like that. I could name some off, but I'm not gonna do it now. It's just they stuck on the plantation. They not leaving. But anyway, let's go.
defendant, I'm not gonna like the fact that I have to defend people that I don't like. I'm just saying, and I know everybody has a right to a defense. I get that, but my dad and I had an all-white jury in Dallas, and they acquitted our client. And it was some really horrendous issues. Basically, it was county court. Dallas has had to be probably. Shoot.
Get the likes up. I could give me some subs, and hit the super chat. Become a member. I'm putting this to members. After this is rendered, I'll go ahead and put it in members and stuff. This particular one. Because you know how YouTube is and stuff. But anyway, let's go.
2006 or 2007, a gentleman had been accused of assaulting his former wife. So she came over to pick up her last alimony check, and he gave it to her and put it in her hand. And he said, the judge said that's the last one. So she kept banging on the door, throwing rocks at the door. So he opened up the door and said, "Hey, get away from here." And so what she ended up doing is trying to rush in. So he pushed her out, closed the door, and she immediately called the police on him, saying that he was the one who hit her and assaulted. And of course, if that happens, the police gonna just arrest you, put you in jail, and they'll let the judge sort it out. But we were able to prove with this all-white jury that our client was innocent. The ex-wife had ended up calling, trying to make an insurance claim and all sorts of stuff, and recording, and so we were able to prove that. We had another case here in Harris County, and
see, he just proved Willie D wrong. I ain't gonna say all right jury. Against a black man. He said he got off. Come on, man, Willie D. I'm trying to push this narrative, this racist narrative all the time, man. This is crazy, man. God damn.
Our client, who had other charges, in other words, they had just brought him from the back room. He was in jail already, but they said that he had done something to this other guy. It was assault, family violence, but we were able to get the alleged victim's son to testify against the daddy on behalf of our client. And the jury said, well, we don't know what's going to happen, but the bottom line is, we were able to get an acquittal on that one. So those were two all-white juries in two different places in Texas. So you can get justice.
But those are probably the only two that happened that year.
Come on, man, stop it. See, that's what I'm saying. See that shit? You know how many court cases go down in a month? Just in a city, just one city? Just in one city? Come on now, man. Stop it, man. Really? But anyway, let's go.
I feel you.
I want to ask Willie, how much he's getting paid? How much is this nigga getting paid under the table for this shit, dog? Let's go.
You man, and I understand why, because of the relationship that black people have with the criminal justice system here in the United States, I understand. I understand why we feel that way, but I've seen personally, not just with myself and with my father, but you have to. I mean, but if we just go, this ain't that case, man. In my opinion, this case with this Karmelo Anthony child, this ain't that case. This is a different case. Willie, look, man. Let me share. You a daddy, I'm a daddy. Okay. What I'm gonna say to my children behind closed doors, if something like this happens, is not what I'm going to tell them in public. In public, I'm going to say, you know, my son is innocent until proven guilty. I'm going to say he had a right to defend himself. I'm going to say all these different things. Behind closed doors, Willie D, I'm going to say, you big dummy, why would you pull a knife out and stab somebody just because they pushed you?
Yeah, I would say the same thing too. Stupid. I teach you to fight yourself. Now, if you pull a knife out, you got your knife, then you pull a knife, then it'll be a knife fight. But you gonna pull a knife out just because, you know, shit, you're a criminal. You ask, that's how some people see it. Unless he was afraid of his life, unless he had some sort. This is what I want to ask y'all. I mean, why did he pull the knife? Why did he have a knife with him on that date anyway? Why was he carrying a knife? We gotta go deep down into why he was carrying a knife in the first fucking place. He was afraid of life. He got fronted on. He got beat up or something, or somebody else got beat up. Or was he trying to emulate these YNs out here? You want to murder? You want a body under him or something like that on some bullshit? Or maybe he couldn't fight. I don't know. He'd been better off having a stick in his hand and hit him with the stick or something like that. Bam, bam, bam. Not a bat. You know, you can kill somebody with a bat. A hard stick would do it. You know, hit him a couple times leg or whatever, and then you know, get up out of there. I'm just saying, why did he have a knife? What is the reason? Young niggas, that's what we call young niggas. These young niggas, these rappers, when they're killing themselves in the streets. The drill music, YNs. That's what that means, Dingy. The ones that were killing themselves in Chicago and shit, just for no reason at all and stuff. All these rappers are making millions of dollars and end up dying. 2-3 years after they got a big hit record or some shit like that, or even before then. YNs, they don't listen to no adults, nothing. Straight unruly. But anyway, let's continue.
Have you lost your mind? Are you crazy? This is what I'm gonna say to my son behind closed doors. Behind closed doors, I'm gonna say, bro, I'm gonna tell you, look, you pull out a pistol, you pull out a knife to stab somebody because they push your goofy butt. Have you lost your mind? Now we got to pay for defense lawyers. You ruined your life, okay? Because you still gonna have this charge. If you ever do anything, if you happen to get off of this, anything you ever do in your life again, they gonna hold it against you.
Exactly.
On top of that, you got a body. I'm raising you in the suburbs to be the best person you can be. You go to a track meet and you unalive somebody. We not in the hood no more. What got you so upset that you felt the need to whip out a pistol? You can't fight. You can't defend yourself. This is what you do. You just go straight from he pushed me to I'm stabbing somebody to death. Think about that, man. I mean, as a father, yeah.
As a father, respectfully.
Now look at Willie D. Look at Willie D. reasoning. You can hear this nigga reasoning.
I have to say that I am going to err on the side of defending yourself by any means necessary. I got to think about my son being pushed around by some 225-pound kid. Now, if it's a kid about his size and he get pushed, man, fight the dude. But if you got this guy walking up to you in Frisco, in Frisco, Texas, okay, this is Frisco, Texas, where it's predominantly white and ruled by white folks. Everything is run by them. And you've seen already these cases of white people pushing black folks around, and you see it all day, every day on the internet. Now it's your turn. Now somebody then decided that they want to push my son around and they want to try him. This big guy come up to my son and push my son, and he got back up. My son is scared. If he pull out a knife and stick him, I'm gonna stand with I'm not gonna tell my, why'd you do that? What? No, he feared for his life. If I fear for my,
no, man. I was in a situation like that. Motherfucker come up to you, in front on you and stuff, and you know you got down and fight, or you bail out and get your friends, But nobody never pulled no knife out or a gun. You just become a murderer then. Just because motherfucker push you one time. You on some goofy shit. This is under Texas law. If you actually engage in criminal activity such as criminal at the time of the contest, you lose the legal protection usually afforded to self-defense. Oh, okay. See, that's what another thing. You have to read the Texas law. I'm not. Hey. Remember, I keep telling you, he was gonna get some time anyway. It doesn't matter. It was murder or manslaughter. Just because he took the knife out, stabbed him, and he died. If he didn't die, just stabbed him but didn't die, he probably would have got way less time. But because he stabbed and died, because of the law down there, because of the law. But I think that was excessive. 35 years and stuff like they say is murder. I think it was manslaughter. That was excessive. But anyway, let's go. It says, if you black, a fear of your life, it should get you nowhere. Yeah, that's right. If you goofy Willie D, yeah, man.
my life. That's why I wanted to tell you earlier when you was saying you would have just fought him. I'm gonna tell you, if I fear for my life, man, look here, man, I'm going to defend it with everything I got. And
I mean, if you fear for your life, I think that maybe you want to escape, get out of there, especially have backup. Get out of there, or pick up a stick or something, hit him with, or hit him kick him in the ball. Whatever you got to do, what you got to do. But pulling a knife out, that means that you was waiting for some action. That's what they're saying. You was waiting. You have a knife on you, so you waiting to do something to somebody. If somebody says some shit crazy to you, you got a knife. I don't know, man. I just can't. I'm down with Dirty Spurlet on this one. Really, D, I don't know where you coming from with this shit. But anyway, let's go.
Yeah, I will stick you. I'll stick you. Let me tell you something, bro. I'll shoot you. I'll stick you. I'll hit you with a stick. I'll bite you. I'll claw. I'll kick you. I'll do I'll do anything I can to get you off me. And so, I wouldn't admonish my son for doing that. Like I would hate that he took those measures. He had to take that type of drastic measure. I'd hate that he.
I don't know, Willie D. I admonish him because if you live in a good neighborhood, you're supposed to be. Karmelo Anthony was a student and stuff. Why you gonna throw that shit away? Knowing that you stabbed this dude and that if it was a problem, you need to go places with your friends in. I don't know. I want to hear from what he got to say. Somebody need to interview Karmelo Anthony. We want to hear his side. We want to hear what he have to say. That's what I want. Somebody go up in there and get an interview with this motherfucker boy. Say, why did you do what you do? Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go. That's what we need.
He had to take a life, and he got that on his mind. He got that on his record. I hate the fact that he's going to have to go through all of this stuff, and he putting us through it also. But I'd have to be understanding that he feared for his life. And if he feared for his life and he take a drastic measure like stabbing somebody, I'd have to be understanding of that.
Now that's what I was thinking too. I was saying that before, Hatch Dragon. That, you know, he probably had some instances of past bullying. I don't know. That's why we need to talk to him. I said, you know, they should have. Why didn't the judge? They could have put it on the stand, and that's but they didn't want to do that because maybe they wanted to get a guilty verdict. I'm still saying that it was somewhat rigged. They didn't put him on the stand. People wanted him on the stand, but they said they didn't want him on the stand because he was afraid that he might ruin the case or something. I don't know. Well, I mean, shit, 35 years. I mean, what do you got to lose? Let me get on the stand. Come on now. Jeez. You got 17 years before you get up for parole. Get the fuck out of here. That's crazy. This nigga spent all his whole entire life virtually in prison. If he makes it out. Remember, you down south, man, you doing that chain gang shit down there. They're going to put him to work. He ain't going to be sitting up there in no goddamn cell like out here in California and shit like that. Fuck. Time he get out, he'd be a broken old man. Shit, get out of here. Anyway, let's go.
And bro, I respect that, but that's why Karmelo's in prison right now. That's why you're gonna go to prison for 20 years.
I understand, but I understand exactly what you're saying. But at the same time, man, you know, like, if we look at history of black people defending them.
What does he refuse to testify? Why? What was the reason? He was hiding something? All you got to do is tell the truth. Truth sets you free. That's it. I don't know. This is weird. He didn't want to testify. Interesting. We asked him probably this shit and good answer that question. Hey, that could be the case, but you know, come on. I mean, even a dipshit can answer some questions. I mean, you had Down syndrome motherfuckers on the stand. Come on now, stop it. It might be some other reason why he didn't want to get on the stand. Anyway, let's continue.
Themselves. A lot of these same arguments have been made throughout the years, and that is why our progress has been so slow. We are quick to not fight back, to not stand up for ourselves, and whereas other people, when they stand up for themselves and they fight, they typically get things to go their way. I do believe that black people, one of the reasons why our progress has been so slow is because we always, well, not always, but, you know, invariably, we just decide, oh, I'm scared, I don't want to go to jail. You know, I don't want to go to jail. But it's funny to me that we have no trepidation.
I mean, you can't put that on all black man. You can't put it on a young black man to stand up. If he wanted to stand up like that for a cause, let him make a decision, but you can't put that on it, Willie D. No. We got his life forward, you know. Come on, man.
Whatsoever about having that type of aggression towards each other. It's only when we're dealing with white folks primarily and others do we have that hesitation. And so my thing is that, man, I don't care who you is, I don't care what your skin color is, I don't care what you do for a living. If I feel my life is in danger, I I gotta protect myself, and I would want my son to do the exact same thing.
Now, Willie, I'm gonna push back a little bit. We have defended ourselves. We've had the deacons of defense back in the 1960s over in Louisiana.
I'm talking about respectfully. I'm talking about to where as defending ourselves is code. Defending ourselves is automatic, and I mean all of us. It's automatic that we defend ourselves. It's automatic that
you defend yourself, but not putting no knife out in this murky motherfuckers. You know, I don't think you want to do that. Defend yourself, fist fight, yes, but not just put out. Not you so scared. You so scared to lose a fight. So scared to get beat down. How many times I lost fights and stuff. I won fights, you know. I wasn't trying to put no knife out. Now, you in the gang, that's different. You got guns, you got knives pulled out, you know, brass, all kind of shit come out when you in the gang. That's different. You in jail in the yard, hey, knife always coming out. Come on now, stop it. Anyway, let's go.
Put your hands on one of them. Oh, it's gonna be hell to pay the captain every single time. Not every now and then.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with us defending ourselves, but what I do have a problem is bringing a knife to a fist fight, and that's the crux of my argument.
That's the problem I have too. You know, anyway, let's go.
Point do we say, hey, look, you can't bring extraordinary force to an ordinary altercation. You just can't do it because that's out of pocket.
I agree with that, but how does he know that it's just going to be a regular fist fight when he's surrounded by these other guys? When this guy is so much bigger than him, ain't nobody finna just sit there and if they got a weapon, ain't nobody gonna sit there and just let somebody beat them down if they got a weapon. I ain't gonna let nobody beat me down. I ain't gonna let no big ass dude beat me down.
I get that, but all he did was push him at that point. It was just a push.
It was a forcible push.
It was a forcible push.
A forcible push. All the pushes are forcible. Shit, depending on the person who's getting pushed. Man, perhaps you don't understand what self-defense is. Well, okay, Google will qualify. Or okay, Google will qualify. Okay, I guess he's talking to Hash Dragon. Hash Dragon is not a dude. Anyway, let's go.
Picked him up and jacked him up like a football player. Both of these boys play football. You telling me that Auston, that Karmelo Anthony never playing football? He never been pushed like that before?
This is one of the questions I would have wanted to know if I'm a juror. Why did Auston and his brother Hunter get suspended from school?
Because they were assholes.
Why were they suspended from school?
Because they were bullies and they
were bullies and stuff. Okay, we know that, but that mean I don't think they bullying is going to lead to beating somebody to death. You know, they don't want to lose they shit either. You know, they was on a football team. They don't want to get kicked out of school and get kicked off the football team. I'm just saying. Now, that's what they had to prove in the court. Might have to have another trial, man. Get a appeal, man. Have another trial or some shit. But anyway, anyway. Oh, you a man? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Why somebody said he was a woman? Probably one of them haters over there and shit probably said that shit. Sorry about that. Jeez. Okay, let's go. Wait a minute. Before I read this, bro, all I had to do is leave and behave. Now he's in prison. Stop encouraging this behavior. Okay.
Bully.
Who else did they put hands on? See what I'm saying? You know, from what I understand, they had a reputation for bullying. They had a reputation for being bullies.
Yes.
His brother Hunter is not innocent in all of this either. And I believe that's one of the reasons why he didn't take the stand.
I absolutely agree.
And his statements have been inconsistent.
Mm-hmm. Now let me phrase it like this. I absolutely agree that they had a reputation for being bullies. That's how the jury. How would you care if somebody else? What is the character?
Man, I still said you could put his ass on the stand. Maybe they didn't want him to go on the stand because they're afraid it would have blew out the case. Maybe they wanted, so the power to be wanted this case to go down like this. To start something. You dig what I'm saying? Just had him on the stand, man. Anyway, let's go.
Of the deceased in what do you know him in the community? He has a reputation for being a bully. Okay, we can concede that. But the question still goes back to, was deadly force necessary in this altercation? Not in his past interactions, because he doesn't have a reputation of killing people in the past or pulling out knives. In this situation where he put hands on Karmelo Anthony, was Karmelo Anthony, was it reasonable for him to believe that deadly force was being used against him, or force sufficient to cause serious bodily harm? My understanding, they didn't even know each other. So how could he say? And he didn't take the stand anyway, so we'll never know. He didn't come up there and testify as to his mindset. And I get why. You don't want to put your client up there if he may do harm under cross-examination to your case. But the bottom line is, we still got to go back to, was this level of response necessary? And I don't see it being there, and I don't think that the evidence is not saying it was there.
Well, how much weight do you think that juries put on witness credibility versus physical evidence?
Man, it depends. I've heard cases where this is why you never really know what a jury is going to do. And this is why people take a plea, because you never know. It's people who've been innocent, no physical evidence, all circumstantial evidence, and they still get a guilty plea. Then you got people, they got the bloody knife, a body, 3 kilos of dope, 2 guns, and they get acquittal. You see what I'm saying? So you never know what a jury of 12 is going to do. You just don't want to put yourself in that position, because you never know what a jury is going to do. You can hypothesize, you can theorize, you can kind of guess, but you don't know. There's a situation that happened in one of the local counties. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm not going to even mention the county, but I'll say near Houston. They let somebody who admitted essaying a child, the jury found him not guilty, because they said they didn't believe the cop. So, and you would think
that's wild shit right there, dog. Jeez. Despicable shit. They said, I don't know if Karmelo was invited. Furthermore, Austin physical aggression was not justified.
With a crime that heinous, that they would say, nah, you going anyway. So you never really know. I think the whole situation is tragic. I don't like it. I don't like talking about it. The only reason I'm talking about it is because you asked me to talk about it, Willie D. You know the reason I'm here talking about it. But when I look at the situation, we got a lost life. We got more racial turmoil. We got a young black man whose life is on the line, and more likely that he gonna lose his youth, man. He's not gonna go to prom. He didn't go to prom. The boy probably never been with a woman. You see what I mean? He gonna be in there with them savages and animals for the next 20 years. You see what I mean? And you know how that is. I mean, we all heard the stories. You're gonna be in there and you're gonna get acclimated to that life, and you're gonna get out as you're gonna be 40 years old almost.
All right, that's it on that. Let me get on back over here. All right, folks. I go, I have to say, last thing, this situation is tragic because both boys' lives are basically gone. One is already at the upper room. The other one, life is finished, basically. Either get the pill or not, it doesn't even matter. His life is finished. That's it. All for a mistake that could have been avoided. Off a situation that could have been avoided. It's bullshit. So I'm in the poll right there. We got 98 votes on the poll. Okay, we can see if we can get 100. We got 98 votes. Let's see if we can get to 100. Two more votes. So far we got no to appeal. Yes. 31% and maybe 24. Let's get 2 more votes on the poll. So I want 2 more votes. 2 more votes on the poll. Come on. Let's go. And support the channel too. Hit the super chat. Self-defense required proportional response. Stabbing is not proportionate and not being pushed. So basically, this is just a tragedy, man. It's a great tragedy, man. And people are going to use this to capitalize off of it, make some money. That's why I don't like Donovan Sharp saying what he's saying, trying to get some views, subs, and shit, and getting good with white people. That shit ain't gonna work. That's some stupid shit. Idiot shit. These 2 kids lost their life. One gone, one is in prison virtually for almost life. And he might not make it out of prison. You don't know. You know how prison is. He might not even make it out of prison. Okay. When are you make it out of prison? For real though. Remember, 17 years before he did parole. Going in as a boy, come out as a grown man, fucked up. And the way things is now in this day and age, he might come out as a transsexual. Shit, man. And they said he was good at football. Real good. He was captain football team or something like that. So that means, come on. Or was Metcalf? I don't know. They said both of them was good. So, he could have won NFL. The biggest Metcalf was, I'm sure that he probably would have been going to the NFL. This is a tragedy, man. This is a fucked up tragedy. Because motherfuckers made wrong decision. All I had to do was square up, it would have been gone. But the question I have is why he was carrying a knife on him. He must have been worried about something. And I hope it was not because he wanted to be like these YNs out here and shit. Want to catch a body and stuff, that looks good. No, it don't look good. Now you in jail. You think he's gonna be gripped in prison? Well, we could put a poll up, but I'm not gonna put that poll up. We got 101 votes, 102 votes. Good. I don't know, but it's a good possibility. He probably get raped by one of his own. Most likely. I'm just saying. Hold on real quick. All right, I'm back. Let me see what y'all say. Anthony said that he's glad that Karmelo is in jail. What's up, Jalen? Why didn't you go over there and ask him why he said that? He's glad. Also, with training jiu-jitsu of a child, doing best to father up, family there, not with the judge, taking pictures. That's what. So those pictures are real. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what's going on, man. It looks like it's something going on bad there. You know. They said, with all due respect, there's no need to talk about Auston. Hey, let's leave it out of conversation. Hey, I don't want to talk about that shit either, man. Nobody want to talk about that shit, dog. Hey, I don't blame you on that, Hatch Dragon. Shit, I don't blame you on that. But this is a tragedy. Nobody won in this. Him going to jail like this, he might as well be dead. It's better off him being dead. When this nigga get out, set what? We're talking about 35 years. You know the technology would be when motherfucker get out. Dude, we would have robots walking around this motherfucker, doing this and doing that. iRobot shit. Most people will have an auto car, a self-driving car. You'll be seeing self-driving trucks on the road 35 years from now. When is that? Hold on, let me. You know, might add a little bit bad, you know, but you know, 26, 2061. Oh yeah. AI it might be about 4th generation AI going on there. It be talking to you like how 3,000, 4,000, what 5,000, 3,000? I forgot. Yeah. How in effect. He lost. Both lost. This baby went from the safe it was home directly to yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. That's insane. All because maybe he wanted to be cool and stuff. Come on, man. I hope that's not it. Metcalf dead. Can't bring him back. That's gonna affect their whole family. All of this shit. No matter if they might do a civil suit and sue the family. Because I'm hearing people saying that might happen. It's crazy, folks. It's crazy. I mean, I'm gonna end this poll right. Oh, I got 108. Okay, maybe we can get two more. End it at 110. 110. End at 110. Because y'all saying now he's not gonna get no appeal, so they're gonna deny the appeal. So if they do that, man, people gonna be upset. Because it says some folks is waiting for the appeal to go through. But if they deny the repeal, that's just something going on. God, dog it. But anyway, let me get off of here. Through in the poll right here. Just in the poll, man. Alright. There we go. Thank you for all the people that came through. Appreciate it. Remember to subscribe to the channel. If you want to support, I got the Cash App link down there. I got the super chat or want to become a member. I appreciate it. You know, this is probably going on not Patreon. This is probably going to members. You know. Yeah, ding, I got 50. I think I had 60. Yeah, it's all right. All right today. It's let's see. To the King, the upper room, the Maker, on the other side of glory, and all of it. Yeah. So hey, thanks for coming through. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. You know. Yeah. So until next time, I'll see you guys on the other side.